Hi, and welcome to episode 2 of Ask DMK, where you ask me questions and I try to answer them as best as I possibly can. How have we gotten to this stage already? It's been 2 weeks since the last episode. I know I said I'd do it once a week, but I've been sick, I've had some issues, so I'm very sorry. We're just gonna have to deal with it this way. Right, let's get right into it, shall we? So, the first question from Luna Sanguine is, what is your biggest inspiration? Why would you ask me that? That's crazy. My biggest inspiration, like, for making music? For doing everything else I do? I don't know. Biggest inspiration? I haven't got a clue. I'm very sorry. That's horrible. Blurderblah asks, what's your favourite pick and why? My favourite pick, apart from the wind spear picks, which I absolutely love and I use in everything, is the ones I designed. The ones with my face on them, the most recent death metal DMK picks that I gave out at TwitchCon. They're absolutely my favourite. I really love them. I use them quite often as well. Throw them out in the crowd on stage. It's great. And they're perfect thickness and perfect size. I really like the Jazz 3 shape and really, really thick. That's why I like those wind spear ones as well, because they are super thick and the Jazz 3 shape, and they have a little point on the end of them, and it's just really nice. Love them. Kiro asks, why is the sky blue? It's got something to do with the sunlight refracts through the atmosphere. Something to do with that. Look it up, I don't know. Decaffeine asks, how does it feel to belong to a Twitch clan? Was it difficult to enter it? How did it change your life? That's a great question. You're of course referring to Dark Forces. I was on a team before that called something Team Engage, and they were a great group of people. They really, really were. But the interplay between them all, and we didn't really hold to a theme. Like, I make metal music, some other people played Warframe, some other people did other things. A lot of them were just gaming, but they were very geared towards like getting sponsorships and working with brands and that kind of thing, and that was fine, and I liked that very much, and the people were great, and I still talk to some of them quite a lot as well. But Dark Forces, everybody has the theme. It's all dark. We're all dark. We're all evil. We're all a vampire or a demon or a slayer or something like that, you know. Dark Forces are great. We all keep to a theme. It's fantastic. And we're all like-minded individuals. We all like the same sort of things. And that's really, really good. And we're so supportive of each other, and it's great. And we talk in the Dark Forces Discord all the time. We all talk about different things, games coming up, what we're going to do. We used to have the Dark Forces podcast, which we should start up again. Hello, Monocle, I'm talking to you. It changed my Twitch life a great deal, because I came into the team, I met a few other different people that I didn't know before. They supported me right back. Everybody in the Dark Forces is on the same page, and they all come back, and it all comes around and goes around. You know, we talk every day, we share ideas, we come up with plans, we meet at TwitchCon. Both 3 TwitchCons I've been to, that we've had the Dark Forces meet up in San Jose, San Diego, and Berlin. That was really good, really, really good. So the Dark Forces team has absolutely changed my Twitch life, and my life personally as well. I can come to and talk to most of those people without issue about personal things, and we do, and it's great, and so I hope it never goes away. Blurderblah asks, who is best pony? If you asked Mini DMK, she would tell you it is the pink one. What's her name? Pinkie Pie. That is what she would say. Scars. What inspires you to keep making ear-orgasmic music? And have you ever hit slumps in creativity, and what did you do when those moments happened? That's a great question, Scars. What inspires me to keep making music is just I really love doing it. There's no real like one big inspirational thing that happens every day or once a week. I love doing it. I love sitting with my guitar. I like writing riffs. I like playing. Most of the riffs that I come out with me just sitting with my guitar and just playing, and then I'll be like, oh, I like that, and I'll remember it. Hopefully I'll play it enough times that I remember it, and I'll go and record it. I'll put it into a song later. Yes, I have definitely hit creative slumps. I have absolutely definitely hit creative slumps. Every creative person does. It's just a thing. Even if you're not creative, you'll hit the slump. No matter what, in whatever you do, whether it's JavaScript or writing metal music. And what do I do when I overcome it? I just take a step back. I just leave it for a few days. I don't try and force anything because that's when things start to sound really, really terrible. Eventually, I'll take a few days off writing music. I'll not touch the guitar. I won't even listen to any songs. And then eventually I'll sit down on 4 days and I'll just see what happens. And if it comes back, it comes back. If not, I'll just leave it another day and try again. That's it. That's all I do because I'm obviously burned out on it, and that's why I'm in the creative slump. It's been a few that's happened for a few weeks at a time, and then I've gotten quite depressed and quite upset, and I don't really like that. So hopefully that won't happen again. But good question, really good question. Thank you very much, Scars. Next question. Kiro asks, what got you started on music? More specifically, metal music. Well, I outlined how I got into music on the last video, so you can go and watch that one if you want. I'm not going to really explain it, but more specifically, metal is my mum. She gave me a tape of she used to listen to Iron Maiden and Motorhead and music like that when I was a kid, and then when I was 94, 95, 96, something like that, she gave me a tape of Machine Head and their very first album, Burn My Eyes, and I put it on and I was like, that's it, I'm hooked, that's it, nothing more. And then I found Fear Factory after that. When Slipknot came out in 99 with their self-titled album, I got super into that, and that was basically it. Just from early age, I was sort of always around metal and rock music, and then just carried on from there, and now it's my favourite genre, although I do listen to quite a few others. Infernal Laura asks, is there such a thing as too much cowbell? No, there isn't. Next question. The Flaming Monocle. Have you ever had a tune you've made that you've not ever gotten to sound good, but have believed in it so much that it's still a work in progress to this day? Yes, there are about 50 of those songs in my studio right now, all on the hard drives, backup drives on Dropbox, wherever. There's like parts of them that are really, really good, and then I can't figure out how to make it go to another part, and I'm just like, what do I do? What to do? I don't know. So there's quite a lot of those. I think every creative person has one. Like if you're an artist or something, you'll have like 4 or 5 different canvases just with an idea painted on it, and you don't quite know what to do. But yeah, definitely loads of those. Thanks for asking. The Rock Angel. Would you like to see Mini DMK follow in your footsteps of making music? Yes, of course. I would love to see her take an interest in music, and she already has taken quite a big interest in music. She was having cornet lessons. Didn't quite work out. It's not a very easy instrument to learn how to play. I don't know how to play it, but she can make the noise, but she just had issues making the right notes, which is fair enough. So she's moving over to piano, which I think is a great idea because the notes are just there, She has to learn where the notes are, how to make chords, all that stuff, and then she can transpose that to guitar or violin or whatever she wants to learn later in life. So I'm very happy that she's doing that, and we let her learn how to play the motif from the Batman theme tune and My Little Pony and all kinds of things like that, and it's really good. Zeke Death. You get a call. I've got the perfect gig for you. What is it? It would have to be like bass player for Metallica. Rob has been taken ill, something like, can you learn to play these songs in a couple of weeks and do it? I'd be like, yep, can do, give me my bass, I'm going. And I would take my Spectre and I would run. That or Ghost, I think, because I would love to play with Ghost, and I already play some of their songs on bass, and I just love it. Some of their bass lines are the best I've ever heard. And they're in Sweden, just across the border, so it's like, hi Ghost, if you're watching, please hire me, yeah? The Demented Raven asks, if you guys, that means ITB, Either Betrayer, check out the link in the description, got to open for any band, who would you choose? Iron Maiden, without a doubt. Just Iron Maiden. That's me personally. I would love to open for Iron Maiden. They are so theatrical and so crazy, and of course they're like the biggest band in the world. So it would have to be Iron Maiden. I'd love to meet them too. With no money issues, what would be the most out there instrument you'd like to implement and why? I think for me personally, I'd love to get a real organ. At the moment, all the organ you hear is like samples. It's a sample library of organ. Sounds really, really good. To the regular listener, I'm pretty sure it's probably indiscernible from the real thing. But I would love to just mic up a real organ, have that raw power going through the microphones, and just have it all real. Absolutely. That would be it. It's not really an out there instrument. I just love the sound of it, and it's not something typically you find in a studio, so that's the one I would choose. And my friend who lives just one town over actually has an organ in his basement, and I'm going to ask him, can I record your organ, please? And hopefully he says yes. If he says no, we're no longer friends. Captain Coffee, that's Chris from Either Betrayer. To pick or not to pick? That is the bass question. And that's an interesting question because there's a lot of debate that goes around about being a bassist. I don't play with a pick most of the time. Sometimes I do. Very, very, very rarely do I play with a pick. Usually in one of the Either Betrayer songs there's an intro and I'll play with a pick because it sounds better. I get more attack on the strings. There's a lot of songs like Motorhead songs sound better with a pick. To my ears at least, because you get that attack. I can usually get quite a good attack with my fingers, but sometimes you just got to do a pick. Actually, fun fact, in Credulity from Either Betrayer, the bass break after the second chorus is played with a pick in the recording. I don't do it live because I haven't got time to switch between, grab a pick and play the thing, and so it doesn't really work out that way. But obviously, to each their own. If you like the sound of a pick on a bass, use a pick on a bass. If you don't like it, don't use it. It's fine. If you're more comfortable, use it. It's up to you. There is no pick, only slap! Yep. Thanks, Davey504. Luna Sanguine asks, have you ever heard of cable management? No, I haven't. Clearly, obviously not. Otherwise, that would be a pristine room with no cables anywhere. You should see the recording setup I've gotten right now. It's crazy. I don't know what cable management is. Why doesn't someone explain it to me? Thanks, Luna. Thanks, everybody, for checking out Ask DMK episode 2. I hope to make this a more regular feature, if not once a week, then every 2 weeks. We'll see how quickly the questions come in. So join Discord, ask in the comments, ask wherever you like, send me messages on Twitter, I don't care. Just ask, it'd be awesome, and I'll do my best to answer them as much as I can. And don't forget, my new EP, The Abyss, is being released around now, so if it is out, it's on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube Music, Google Play, everywhere you can get music. It's also available on Bandcamp for $1, and if you buy it, you get a bonus song, so there you go. Plus you get the WAV files to be able to put into your video projects, all that, anything you want. As always, check out the links in the description, leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff, share it, do the things for YouTube, you know what you're doing, and thanks again for watching. Bye! First time, boy!